Tyler Perry has built an empire by packaging trauma into billion-dollar storytelling. For years, he was celebrated for giving Black women a voice, for giving struggling actors a chance, and for proving that a man born into poverty could rise into media royalty. But now, the mask appears to be slipping. In recent days, Tyler has been accused of using his influence as a gateway to inappropriate access. These allegations reveal a deeper pattern of power, secrecy, and psychological manipulation that seems to be running rampant in the entertainment industry. Today, we'll be diving deep into repression, identity, and the dangerous ways unresolved trauma can distort intimacy, power, and control. Because when someone builds a kingdom out of pain but never truly confronts their own, it's a matter of time before the cracks start to show. But before we go any further, our online concession stand at rrgsnacks.com has all of our favorite goodies back in stock. From Western barbecue bacon jerky, freeze-dried goodies, butter toffee peanuts, and gummy sour peach rings. June 2025 has brought a wave of scrutiny to Tyler from multiple angles. To start, he was spotted on a boat with Mariah Carey's ex-boyfriend, Brian Tanaka. The images quickly went viral, reigniting long-standing rumors about Tyler and Brian's sexuality. Online users questioned whether the outing was just a friendly hangout or something more.
I'm gonna go with something more for 200, Alex.
And then, days later, actor Derek Dixon filed a $260 million lawsuit against Tyler and Tyler Perry Studios, alleging years of sexual harassment, unwanted advances, and coercion disguised as opportunity. Derek says Tyler invited him into his orbit, gave him a small role on Ruthless, and later cast him on The Oval. But behind the camera, Derek claims the price of access was submission. According to the lawsuit, during a visit to Tyler's home, Derek drank too much and was allowed to sleep in the guest room. He claims Tyler climbed into the bed and touched his thighs, but he rejected the advances. Despite that, he says Tyler continued to pursue him. Text messages were included in his court filings to back up his allegations, and he's seeking $260 million in damages. This isn't the first time allegations of this nature have followed Tyler. Actor Christian Keyes hopped on social media in 2023 to speak about a powerful man in Hollywood who tried to sexually assault him. He never named the man, but the internet filled in the blanks. Social media users pointed the finger at Tyler, since Tyler had employed Christian in several of his projects.
This person was sexually harassing me for years. He was claiming, that he had multiple young Black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. I've done my best to forgive this person. At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since '05. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. Once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I gotta protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. The difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because sexual harassment is a crime. Attempted sexual assault is a felony. Tams, you literally just asked, why do we as Black people have to deal with that? But sometimes it's our own people. Sometimes it's our own heroes. I'm good. God got me, because he was watching when I was offered these opportunities and I didn't say yes. I didn't sell my soul or my ass. This person is a predator, and he's one of several.
After making his allegations, Christian remained silent on the matter, leading to rumors of a potential settlement to keep his mouth shut. In Derek's lawsuit, he explicitly mentions Christian's previous allegations, drawing parallels between their experiences and suggesting a pattern of similar behavior from Tyler towards actors. Derek's lawsuit also implies that Hollywood might be covering up Tyler's alleged misconduct. His allegations point to something more profound than one man's misconduct. It points to a system where power insulates abuse and where fame and money can buy silence. From a psychological standpoint, these allegations are about dominance, control, and the tragic paradox of what might be Tyler's suppressed identity. Tyler has long walked a strange line between devout Christian values and sexually suggestive content. His films mock queerness while bathing in homoeroticism. His earlier plays were often the vehicle for hypermasculine messaging and homophobia. He has built an empire on the illusion of moral authority while dancing at the edge of repression. And that repression, if the allegations are true, may be driving his darkest impulses. There's also the matter of secrecy. Tyler dated a woman named Galila Bekele for years, and they welcomed a son in 2014. An anonymous source reached out to Straight from the A and revealed that Tyler and Galila's relationship was faker than a BBL booty.
Lord, this is getting messy.
The insider stated that Galila was only with Tyler for appearances, and she had a real boyfriend behind the scenes that she had been dating for years. The man was identified as an entrepreneur named Ronnie Madra.
Ronnie who?
The insider even provided pictures of Galila and Ronnie at events during the same time she was supposedly in a relationship with Tyler. The insider added, "In reality, it's a fraud, and he is paying her as an escort for public appearances only. I think it is completely pathetic of a grown man to lie about a woman he is supposedly seeing to save face because he is down low."
Now hold up now.
Yeah. So in other words, the tea spiller was alleging that Tyler was using Galila as his beard. Tyler has dodged gay allegations ever since Medea made her debut on the Chitlin circuit. Although he has gone on the record to reaffirm his heterosexuality, the rumors about his preference have persisted. Following news of his alleged engagement, controversial social media star Walter Lee Hampton outed Tyler as gay and said Tyler used to frequent gay clubs back in the day. Walter later told the G-List Society,
Tyler Perry has reached out to me many times over the years and attempted to silence me and offered me money. Oh, yes.
Oh.
I don't need Tyler Perry's money. Why? I'm not ashamed of who I am, and he shouldn't be ashamed of who he is.
Tyler and Galila broke up in 2020, and no one even batted an eye since their relationship was so vague and barely existed in public. We've also never caught a glimpse of his son, with some wondering if the child even exists. You can learn more about Tyler's secretive life in one of our previous videos linked in the description box. Despite being one of the most powerful men in entertainment, his child's mother is the only person he's publicly dated. And if Derek's allegations are true, Tyler isn't bisexual. In text messages, he described himself as being a top. In same-sex male relationships, a top typically refers to the partner who takes on the insertive role. So, to the public, Tyler played the role of being Galila's long-term partner, but if the allegations are factual, he's living a double life.
Duh. I mean, I'm trying to figure out where the news is. Okay, let me stop.
Tyler isn't dangerous for possibly being gay. The danger lies in repressed desire mixed with entitlement, which can lead to volatility. Now, why does it appear that some influential entertainers tend to exploit the vulnerable? Why couldn't Tyler find a willing participant to fulfill his fantasies? The answer lies in power dynamics and entitlement psychology. According to psychologists, individuals in unchecked positions of authority often develop cognitive distortions that justify their actions. They begin to believe they are owed access and that consent is optional. Every yes is interpreted as admiration, and every no becomes a challenge to overcome. Will the aunties turn on Tyler?
Hell yeah.
Not you, Auntie. I'm talking about Tyler's fan base, typically middle-aged or elderly Black individuals from Baptist affiliations. The answer is they're probably already in our comment section extending grace to Tyler, the same way they did with R. Kelly, Diddy, and countless Black celebrities with troubling histories. Tyler's fans have been taught that humans are flawed, that suffering is part of love, and that forgiveness is godly. They will pray for him. They will blame his childhood for his actions, and they will accuse RRG of trying to bring another Black man down.
Now sit your ass down somewhere.
If Derek is telling the truth, then what we're seeing could be a reenactment of powerlessness turned predator. Derek's claim that Tyler wanted a partner who was loyal and dependent is a textbook tactic of how abusers often recreate scenarios in which they were once powerless but now occupy the position of control. For someone like Tyler, who has spoken publicly about being taken advantage of as a child, that script may have been internalized long ago. Instead of building relationships based on mutual respect, the abuser seeks out people they can mold, isolate, or reward with scraps of affection in exchange for silence and obedience. This is why Derek's allegations deserve to be examined, because they point to a man who isn't just hiding his identity, but is also using his status as a shield and a weapon. Tyler is allegedly creating a world where no one can question him because he's the boss, the studio, the network, and the gatekeeper. And once you reach that level of influence, no one tells you no without consequences. Money also brings a complicated layer to this story. For those who depend on a check from Tyler, their silence becomes survival. Tyler can make or break a career with a single phone call. And when the person holding all that power is also the one crossing boundaries, victims often stay quiet. So what happens now? Will Tyler settle quietly and keep the machine running? Will he come out and address the rumors? Will he continue to deny everything and let time bury the story? The saddest part is that Tyler could have lived his truth and used his story to uplift others. He could have shown that healing is possible without hurting people along the way. Some of our Black heroes, the very ones we've praised for creating opportunities, for giving our stories a platform, for employing countless Black actors and quietly donating to our communities, might not be who we thought they were. And that's the painful truth. It challenges our loyalty, nostalgia, and the need to believe that success means integrity. But heroicism in public doesn't erase harm done in private. And we have to stop confusing cultural contribution with moral immunity.
Now that's a word right there.
As the machine behind the scenes works to clean up the mess, spin the narrative, and protect the brand, we as consumers hold more power than we realize. We are not helpless in this. We decide what wins. We decide who gets celebrated, who gets funded, and to whom we give our hard-earned money. That leaves us with one final uncomfortable question. Do we love Tyler's story more than we care about the people crushed inside it? Because if we are more loyal to the myth than to the truth, then maybe the real betrayal isn't his, it's ours.